Attention passionate Buffalo, BILLSFANS. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Buffalo Bills' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Buffalo Bills fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Buffalo, BILLSFANS. Let's get to the news now, guys. You won't believe what just happened in the AFC East. It's a move that's got everyone talking, and honestly, it could be a game changer for the Bills, Super Bowl aspirations, and the division dynamic as a whole. The Bills, sitting comfortably at 5-3 with a cap space of around $2. $5 million have pulled off a bold trade that signals their intent to contend now and in the future. They've traded for Minkah Fitzpatrick, the all-pro safety who's been a cornerstone of the Dolphins' defense since he entered the league. This isn't just a splash move, it's a statement. They sent a conditional third-round pick for 2026 to Miami, and in return, they're getting a player of Fitzpatrick's caliber, someone who's been consistently elite at the safety position from 2019 all the way through 2024. His stats are impressive. Over 450 tackles in his career, 19 interceptions, 35 pass defenses, 4 sacks, and a PFF grade that has hovered around the 86 mark, making him one of the most versatile and disruptive safeties in the league. And you have to understand, Fitzpatrick isn't just a guy who plays in the back end. He's a true playmaker. His instincts, versatility, and range make him a perfect fit for the Bills' defense, especially as they look to elevate their secondary. His recent numbers in 2025 are just as eye-opening. 35 solo tackles, 4 interceptions, 6 pass defenses, and even some sacks. He's a player who can do it all, and his presence immediately upgrades the Bills' secondary, which already boasts some quality players like Hamlin, who's been a rising star himself. Fitzpatrick's addition pushes the Bills into a new echelon defensively, and I think it's safe to say that this move will significantly boost their chances to go deep in the playoffs and challenge for another Super Bowl appearance. Now, the Dolphins, on the other hand, are in a different situation. After losing Tua Tagovailoa to injuries this season, they're in a cap crunch. Around $48 million of cap space is tied up, and they've had to make some tough decisions. They've decided to part ways with Fitzpatrick, a player who, despite the trade, was a key part of their defense. Interestingly, Miami has also freed up about $10 million by releasing a wide receiver, likely to help their cap management. They're clearly shifting their focus towards youth and rebuilding, especially after a season where their odds of winning the Super Bowl were at plus 10-0, which reflects their struggles on defense, allowing around 26 points per game. That's not the kind of performance you want when you're trying to contend. And perhaps this move signals a broader strategy to retool with younger players and clear cap space for future moves. For the Bills, the impact of acquiring Fitzpatrick is multifaceted. First, it significantly enhances their secondary, especially as part of the back-end duo with Hamlin, who's been very promising this year with an 82 grade and a lot of room to grow. The projected combined turnovers from this duo, more than 12 interceptions, could be a game changer, especially in tight playoff scenarios. Plus, the addition of Fitzpatrick's versatility will help elevate the blitzing schemes, which have been a strength of the Bills under coach Sean McDermott. They've been able to generate over 45 team sacks this season, and with Fitzpatrick's ability to win blitzes at a 25% rate, expect that number to climb. This defense, already ranked in the top 5 overall, is now even more formidable. The Bills' defense, which has been a backbone for their success, especially against the run and in coverage, is now armed with a safety who's capable of making game-changing plays. Meanwhile, the offense continues to thrive under Josh Allen, who's been playing at a very high level with a rating of 92. 1. Allen's ability to extend plays and make big throws has been a major factor in their success, and with the added security of a safety like Fitzpatrick behind him, the Bills can be even more aggressive. They've been averaging about 22 points per game this season, but with this added defensive stability and the offensive firepower Allen brings, that number is expected to rise. The Bills have shown resilience and adaptability throughout this season, bouncing back from tough losses and proving they're still among the top contenders in the AFC. Looking at the bigger picture, the Bills' recent moves reinforce their ambitions. Their safety ranks, which were once middle of the road, now are moving into the elite tier, similar to what they had during the Minkah Fitzpatrick era with the Steelers back in 2020, where they led the league in pass defenses with around 60 pass defenses. That kind of ball-hawking defense, combined with the playmaking ability of Fitzpatrick and Hamlin, could be what pushes the Bills over the edge in close games, especially in the playoffs. It's also worth noting that Fitzpatrick's presence could serve as a catalyst for the entire defense, boosting their turnover differential and forcing more mistakes from opponents. Now, from a strategic standpoint, this move is also about positioning for the future. The Bills have been targeting high-impact players, and Fitzpatrick fits that mold perfectly. His experience, leadership, and knack for making big plays align well with their championship aspirations. The AFC East, traditionally a competitive division, now has a clear shift happening. The Bills are making a statement that they're not just content with being contenders. They want to dominate. The Dolphins, meanwhile, seem to be resetting, trying to build a younger, more flexible roster to stay competitive in the long run. This trade might seem like a short-term move for Buffalo, but it's also about building a defense ready to face the best offenses in the AFC, like the Chiefs and Bengals. And speaking of the Super Bowl, the Bills' odds are still very attractive, currently hovering around plus 650. They're seen as a serious threat, especially with the way Allen is playing and the defensive upgrades they've made. Fitzpatrick's addition makes their secondary even more dangerous, reminiscent of the elite defenses that have made deep playoff runs in recent years. The Bills are aiming for their third Super Bowl appearance in the last few decades, and this move could be the piece that finally puts them over the top. It's about creating a balanced team that can both score points and stop opponents at crucial moments. The build to bolster their secondary with a player like Fitzpatrick shows they're thinking big, and that's exactly what the fans want to see. On the other side, the Dolphins are probably feeling the heat. Their cap situation and recent struggles on defense have made them more vulnerable. They're now focused on developing younger talent and resetting their roster, which makes sense given the circumstances. But for the Bills, this move is about asserting their dominance and making a clear statement. They're here to win now, and they're willing to make bold moves to get there. It's a fascinating dynamic in the AFC East right now, with the Bills seemingly positioning themselves as the team to beat, especially with this defensive upgrade. The division race is heating up, and it's going to be thrilling to see how these teams respond in the coming weeks. In terms of their season outlook, the Bills are in a great spot. They've already proven they can compete with the best, and this trade only boosts their confidence and capability. Their remaining schedule has some tough matchups, but with the defensive stability they now have, they're well equipped to handle those challenges. The AFC playoff picture is shaping up to be a battle of attrition, but if Buffalo can maintain this level of play and leverage their new defensive strength, they could very well be favorites to make a deep run. Fans are dreaming of that Super Bowl appearance, and with the current roster and recent moves, those dreams are becoming more tangible. And now, Buffalo Bills fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this big move? Are you excited about acquiring Fitzpatrick, or do you think the price was too high? How do you see this affecting their playoff chances and Super Bowl aspirations? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the team. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Buffalo Bills news because this season is just getting started and the best is yet to come.